Welcome back to Short Thoughts. So, on this episode, we are going to talk about loneliness. We kind of touched on that last week with the introduction, and I think it's good that we touch on it now. February is a month that's hard for most of singles out here, and it's not easy because it's personally, even though I am single myself, I love Valentine's Day. I think it's such a cute holiday. I'm not a lovey-dovey person either. I'm not one to be touchy and mushy-gushy or anything like that. But it's just such a cute holiday. All the reds and hearts and all of this stuff. It's so pretty. And I mean, the love songs that come out of it. Nat King Cole, beautiful song with all his. Frank Sinatra, the classic 50s. Now you've got Adele, and well, of course, Adele is this other side of things. You got Bruno, and just so many cute love songs. And I know I've mentioned Adele and Bruno last week, but the the epidemic of loneliness, is it an epidemic now, or has it always been an epidemic? Have we always felt like this, and we're just too connected to now we're all lonely and we all know it? So where I'm going with that is back in the day, back in the day when there wasn't internet. Well, there was internet. Rephrase. Back in the day, before there were computers, before we had all that going on, all this connection, was there an epidemic of loneliness? I think, personally, I've not done any single research on this, so anybody that's about to say, excuse me, but don't come after me. This is purely just what I'm thinking, and it's of me talking to a friend, essentially. I think back in the day, before there were computers and internet and all of that, I think people probably felt lonely. I don't doubt that it just wasn't non existent. There's for sure people who felt lonely, but I almost think it wasn't as bad. You had a connection with everybody that was in your circle. There was no worrying or comparing as much as today. Today, we are connected with so many people. It's crazy. I mean, it's insane. You even think about just podcasts in general and radio. I mean, radio to someone like Abraham Lincoln would just be crazy. And then now we've got podcasts that I can listen to, somebody on in Europe, and I can watch Robert Irwin in Australia on TikTok and feel like he's my buddy. Of course, I know he's not, only in my dreams. I could think he is, I could have the same quote connection with him as I feel with somebody closer to me, like somebody in Nashville. I'm in Tennessee, so somebody in Nashville, I could, something like that. Versus back in the 60s or 50s, or I mean, really all the way up until early 1980s, we didn't have that big of broad of people we can talk to. We had who we had. We had our neighbor, our brother, our sister, our cousin, our mom and dad, our friend, our best friend, our hairstylist, the people that came and fixed our cars, or I guess we drove the car to them. And we had the circle that was in our town, and that was about it. And if people moved out of that circle, like they moved away, you picked up the phone and called them, and that was about it. You didn't friend request your friend Jeannie's friend in California because Jeannie's talked to you about her, and she's talked to the friend about you. You had no relation with each other. You heard about this friend through Jeannie, about how wonderful she is in California, and so took her out, and they went and saw this bar, and that's it. That's all you knew. Versus now, you get on Facebook and you're friends with Jeannie and you're friends with Jeannie's friend, and you see them posting on these bars, and you see, before you even talk to her, before you even talk to Jeannie, you knew she went to that bar because she posted about it. And so now you're overthinking about, man, I hope we had that much fun when she was here. Oh man, they look like they're having a blast. 9 times out of 10, I will say, sometimes you just don't think about it. You scroll, you go, oh, and then keep going. Sometimes that 1 out of 10 makes you feel a little sad, makes you overthink your relationship with whoever it is. Whether it could be your own sister that you're close with. Your own sister went out shopping with her friend, and for some reason that makes you feel sad. And why is that reason? No one could tell you. Could have nothing to do with your sister, could have nothing to do with you. Could just be the fact that your brain saw you be happy and stuck its leg out and said, walk, and you tripped over it. It could be as simple as that. So I do think that anymore, with the amount of connection we have with people and the amount that we know about people, it trips us up with how lonely we are. We are so knowledgeable of what happens in our lives that it's almost too much. Same thing with the internet, really. I mean, we have so much knowledge on the internet, and anymore it's either we are as dumb as a rock or as smart as oh well, there, I made my point. A dolphin? I don't know. But there again, makes my point, because that's literally in A Christmas Carol, where they're playing that game, and the nephew goes, as tight as, and his own fiance or wife can't get it. And even Scrooge is like, a drum, you moron. We have so much knowledge. You would think that I would be able to come up with something like that. But I didn't. Because I don't want to know. It's, back in the day, you read, because that's all you had to do. You could either go outside in the freezing cold and get pneumonia, or you can sit inside by the fire, help mommy in the kitchen, help daddy sweep around the house. Well, of course, the dad just sat there normally. But, or pick up a book. Versus now, we're so cushioned. Of course, this is me in America. And I'm doing well-ish. I'm okay over here. So every situation's different. Don't come after me. But we are very cushioned in our lives where we don't have to pick up a book or read or do research online or anything like that. We have so much knowledge on our phone. I can learn about how trees grow, how the different trees grow, what the different trees are. I could learn about all kinds of things about trees if I really wanted to. But I don't want to. So I won't. I could learn about the English language, what the different verbiage is, how grammar works, because let me tell you, probably even how I speak is not grammatically correct. Probably how most people speak is not grammatically correct. If we wanted to, though, we could probably learn it. Same with any secondary language. If we wanted to learn it, we could. We've got Duolingo, we've got all these different second language platforms that teach us, and we all get on there, and by week number 3, that owl is hooting and hollering and buzzing our phone, and we cannot seem to keep on it because, we found something else. We found Candy Crush or found Flappy Bird, or I cannot come up with a game that is current, so apologies on that one. But you understand what I'm saying. I think with the amount of information we know about people, though, it makes us feel lonelier. Because we think, they're doing this, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this, they're not doing that. I'm having to do this, they're not having to do that. But the problem is, even though we think we might have so much knowledge of whoever, we have almost none. I know, personally, I only post good things that happen to me. I can't say that everybody's that way, but I would assume that most people are. You're posting things that happen for good. You're not posting sad things, typically, unless it's horrific. Unless it's something really sad, like a loss, or, something tragic happening to your home, or something like that. I mean, you're not hearing about these little things where, yeah, this guy in off of my main road cut me off today, pulled out in front of me, da 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 da. Sometimes you get those people, and those people are entertaining on Facebook, but after a while, you kind of mute their profile. It's nice to know next to nothing. Ignorance is bliss. I do have that monologue down there, well, metaphor, whatever. English, told you, not great at it, but I do know that one. And it's true. Ignorance is bliss. Sometimes the less you know about somebody, the happier you are. Same with like anybody, any friend. I mean, I've got friends. Ignorance is bliss. We're probably on totally different spectrums of politics or whatever, and I don't want to know because I think what I have with them is good, and that's okay. And that's all I need to know, and will not touch the subject. And I'm still so happy for them whenever anything happens to them. Ignorance is bliss. I also think it's probably best for yourself not to have to post all the time about things that happen to you. I think it's good to have those who are close to you be most excited, not Rosa that you met at the library 10 years ago. It's good to have your family and friends that you're close with to be excited for you, to see that expression, or to be sad for you, or to pity. I mean, even pity is a horrible thing. I hate pity, hate it. But sometimes that pity is needed when something doesn't go right, when things aren't going the way we want them to go. Pity is needed, and it's needed by those who you know are going to pity you, but for good. They're not going to pity you and then just drop that ball. They're not going to help out when that pity is done and that feeling is over. They're going to help you out where you need it. So, is loneliness an epidemic? Or has it always been there? And we have made it worse with the internet. Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, you talk about it amongst yourselves or think about it on your rest of the drive or wherever. And I will talk to you all next week. Probably about something completely random and slightly happier. Thanks again. Bye-bye.